because we sometimes have no control of people's behavior and character, then we must be prepared to protect the citizens.
A political storm is brewing in Kenya, where the clash between Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen and former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua is shaking the nation's core. As Gachagua prepares to return from a 3-week tour of the United States, Murkomen is sending a clear message: the government is ready for anything, but chaos will not be tolerated.
Let me say that the security sector is prepared to deal with any insecurity issues. The last time he was around, and there were so many goons in the same of protests, we were very prepared, and every other minute the National Police Service is prepared to protect citizens and their property.
On Tuesday, in the heart of Murang'a County, during the Jukwaa la Usalama Forum, Murkomen addressed the media with a calm yet pointed tone.
Sounds funny because there are so many people landing in Kenya every day. So I don't know why we should be worried about one person landing. Should we be, should we?
Referring to Gachagua's scheduled return on Thursday, August 21st, 2025, but his words carried a subtle sting.
In the absence of that leader in the country, or his arrival is a security threat, which is not entirely, which means you are not really entirely wrong, because in the last few months or weeks when he has not been around, the country has been very peaceful. And so you have a point by saying that perhaps the security agencies should be prepared for a more chaotic environment as a result of his coming back to the country.
Murkomen's remarks are not just about dismissing concerns, they were a calculated response to a deeper issue. Gachagua's provocative claims made during his time in the US. The former deputy president, now leading the newly formed Democracy for Citizens Party (DCP), did not hold back. While addressing Kenyan diaspora communities, Gachagua dropped bombshell allegations accusing President William Ruto's administration of ties to terror groups. He claimed Ruto held secret nighttime meetings with Al-Shabaab operatives in Mandera to discuss, quote, business. He went further, alleging the government financed Sudan's rapid support forces and negotiated with Al-Shabaab to secure the release of 5 abducted chiefs in Mandera earlier this year.
So, you need to know, the Americans want to know why you are working with Al-Shabaab. Why, when you are in Mandera, you met 3 leaders of the Al-Shabaab militia at night to discuss business with them. They want to know why. They also want to know why you have removed the requirement for vetting of non-Kenyans before they are given IDs. The Americans are concerned.
These accusations did not just raise eyebrows, they set off alarm bells. Murkomen, a close ally of President William Ruto, called the claims reckless and damaging the Kenya's international reputation. Speaking with authority, he challenged Gachagua to back up his allegations with evidence.
If the former deputy president is not going to record a statement about what he said about Al-Shabaab and the country, then the right thing for him is we check him in a mental institution for mental assessment, because his level of contradictions can only be that he either is a pathological liar or is a mental case that needs treatment.
The Interior CS did not stop there. He warned that security agencies, particularly the National Police Service, are on high alert.
We, of course, are aware of those elements of threatening disruptions, threatening football, threatening all these other issues. I need to say that we will take legal action against anybody who is going to break law. And I wish Kenya remained peaceful as it was for the last 3 to 4 weeks. and I wish people continue their political activities in a more peaceful environment like we've seen in the last 4 or 5 weeks. But because we sometimes have no control of people's behavior and character, then we must be prepared to protect the citizens.
He expressed a hope for continued peace, noting, quote, "I wish the country could remain as peaceful as it has been in the last 3 to 4 weeks." Meanwhile, Gachagua's decision to cut short his US tour has added fuel to the fire. On August 11, 2025, he announced he was returning early to lead his Democracy for the Citizens Party in preparations for the upcoming by-elections on November 27th. In a statement, Gachagua described his US trip as successful and fulfilling, highlighting his engagements with Kenyans abroad and the opening of DCP offices in the diaspora. He thanked the Kenyan diaspora for their love, warmth, and hospitality and praised his party's coordination efforts. The DCP under Gachagua's leadership is mobilizing supporters for a grand welcome at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. Deputy Party leader Cleophas Malala announced plans for a peaceful procession from the airport to Nairobi's Kamukunji grounds, where Rigathi Gachagua will address a rally. Malala claimed the event will showcase unity and support for the former deputy president, but he also accused the government of plotting to disrupt Gachagua's arrival, alleging potential plans to divert his flight to Mombasa or Kisumu.
Another calculated provocation, a plan to divert His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua's flight to Mombasa or Kisumu International Airport.
Murkomen's response to these plans was unwavering. He emphasized that the government will not tolerate disruptions, especially with the African Nations Championship quarter-final match between Kenya and Madagascar looming on Friday. Security will be heightened across Nairobi, particularly at Kasarani Stadium, to ensure calm during the high-profile event.
To secure Kasarani on Sunday. That was a fantastic job that was done.
Gachagua's return is not just about rallies and by-elections, it is a high-stakes showdown. His allegations have drawn sharp criticism from government officials, with Murkomen and Deputy President Kithure Kindiki demanding he record a formal statement with the DCI to substantiate his claims. Gachagua, however, has dismissed these demands, insisting he will cooperate only with the US Senate, which he claims is investigating Ruto's alleged ties to terror groups. As the clock ticks down to Gachagua's arrival, Kenya stands at a crossroads. Will his return spark the chaos Murkomen warns of, or will it galvanize the opposition ahead of the by-elections? The DCP is banking on Gachagua's grassroots appeal to challenge Ruto's administration, but the government's firm stance signals a readiness to counter any unrest. With national security, political rivalries, and electoral ambitions at play, this saga is far from over. What happens next could reshape Kenya's political future. Gachagua's allegations have thrust the country into a tense debate about governance, security, and accountability. As he steps off the plane on Thursday, all eyes will be on Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, and the ripple effects of his homecoming will be felt across the nation. Newsroom, Maisha TV, Reader Kering Chebet.